So, if you've listened to my previous blog podcasts, you'll know I'm a believer that our economic solution to our society's issues needs to be more inclusive across the entire spectrum. And that if we're looking for guidance on this, I believe our Indigenous women may provide us with some direction and answers to how we do this. And by the way, I just want to stop and I want to say that this journey is becoming a privilege. The reason for that is because of the people I'm meeting and being introduced to. And more importantly, being given the opportunity for them to get to know them and them to get to know me. Entrepreneurs attract entrepreneurs. And a couple of years ago, I had the privilege of attending an Ontario Social Innovation voucher course through Laurier here in Brantford. And at that time was introduced to Dakota Brant. And yes, that Brant, as in Brant Ford, as in Joseph Brant. Now, recently, Dakota put out an article on what Indigenous women entrepreneurs need from those who love them. And so I asked her if I could write about it from an economic outlook and wanted to share this with you, both her wisdom and some of my thoughts. So to you in the financial industry who are working on that which you are working on and trying to also solve this for us as Canadians in a new gig economy, personally, I can't think of anyone better who I know who could provide some guidance on where we could and hopefully already are to look to solve some of our own economic situations. But first, let me just tell you a little more about Dakota. Dakota is a true entrepreneur, and the best definition I've used to describe it in the past from Reid Hoffman, which says you jump off a cliff and you assemble an airplane on the way down. Entrepreneurs have two purposes. The one is to have purpose to take risk to jump off that cliff, and the other is the belief in their ability to fly and create income. So for Dakota, this means she shares her Indigenous designs around the world as a business, and her purpose is that those designs represent her and her people's heritage, not everyone's. She is saying to the world that heritage and ownership of that heritage, along with good business ethics, is a space worth working towards, to which I fully agree. Dakota, like many entrepreneurs, has both a purpose but also a gift as an artist. And this gift is to design fashions, beautiful fashions, for those that in our world who are interested in authenticity of fashion design. And that is also based on who she is as an artist, and that is an Indigenous woman. Now, in her article, Dakota is talking about a lot of very important things here, and that's what really caught my attention. Gig and social reform. What she is describing is not only something our Indigenous are working with, but so too the rest of the community of Canada and the world technically as well. Our headwinds in all our communities are that we have a large number of individuals who are needing to continue to work to sustain their lifestyle based on an economic model of consumerism and housing. We have a number of millennials who are well educated yet not working, and gig seems to be their only option, but gig too isn't easy to get off the ground. You first need entrepreneurs. And so here's a few of her solutions from this article, and I wanted to read these. The first one, respect the entrepreneurial process. Indigenous women entrepreneurs have dreams of bringing home meaningful income to support their families. Her journey isn't about her, it's about you. Startups are hard and take time. This time includes all the time committed to family and friends. If you love her and understand that her dreams include you, take the time to cook your own dinner tonight if she is to take that business call. She'll cook tomorrow. Don't worry. Communicate the things that you don't understand. If you ask her why she needs to come home late or brings work home with her, and she has about 15 reasons that she spews out in under a minute, that's how you can tell it's important to her. Indigenous women entrepreneurs are passionate about their work and will communicate everything to you if she knows you are willing to be receptive to her answers. The key is working through conversations until you understand each other's perspective. Otherwise, it's just an argument. Nobody wants that. Now, I do hope you read the entire article, and I've identified it in my YouTube if you want to read the entire thing, and encourage you to do that. When I first read this and started to think of it for us in the financial industry and the challenges that we're trying to overcome, these are words of wisdom that also transfer to the entire gig economy and our potential to find a solution which is successful. The gig economy is going to be different. How leverage is used may take a bit of a different form, and this is going to be different this time, guys and girls, given new technology and a new awakening of what our leveraging to consume has achieved from a climate perspective. Gig will take time to create meaningful income for those who are starting out, and what they need from our financial industry is as much support as possible with a lot of communications and questions back and forth. Communication is our key, and just as it is with Dakota and her family, as entrepreneurs begin to build their businesses, I hope too that we in the financial industry continue to work to find solutions that fit with this new and exciting way of doing economics in the future. Exciting times, to say the least. And to Dakota, while you are leading the Indigenous women, I do believe you have much to offer to all of us in our country, of Canada and the world. And thank you again for this privilege to share your wisdom and gifts, and sincerely wish you continued success with what you are working on and for being the brave individual that you are. This is Will Prinzen, founder of Security. Thanks for taking the time to listen to this blog podcast. All the best.